Well, hello, and thanks for watching another episode of ARFCOM News, your twice-weekly dose of the finest two-way propaganda. In Horry County, South Carolina, those wino moms are going at the same old dance where they screech and complain because Dan Roberts, Outreach Director of South Carolina Cary, wants to teach gun safety at the local learning derbies.
And on the third day, God created the Remington bolt-action rifle.
Now, I really don't understand why anyone opposes this, because even if you don't own guns, you have to understand they, exist out there, and why wouldn't you want your offspring to have the knowledge they need to survive an encounter with a friend who gets access to their parents' gun?
Shocking, shocking.
But hey, it would be impossible for us to produce quality two-way propaganda without sponsors, so let's pay some bills. Today's video is sponsored by Franklin Armory. As you know, anything worth shooting is worth shooting twice, and now, while supplies last, you can go binary for less because both the discontinued straight and curved fixed trigger models for the AR platform are deeply discounted to make room for Franklin Armory's brand new interchangeable trigger bow model, the AR Elite. Franklin Armory, those freedom facilitators who brought you twice the pews with their binary firing system, because it's a scientific fact that bad guys with twice as many holes in them are half as dangerous. So in the unfortunate event you should ever need your firearm for defense, remember, it's math. It can't be wrong. And by Vortex, we've been running their new Defender line of red dots hard since before launch. They found a home on all of our guns, whether for concealment, for competition, or for anything in between. They are rugged, they are packed with features, and they flat out perform. With the CCW, the ST, and the XL, there is a dot for you. And let's not forget their no questions asked VIP warranty that covers just about anything. And by Hydra. The Mark 15 Hydra is the most versatile black rifle platform the industry has ever seen. The most you will ever need to convert calibers is a barrel, a bolt, and a magazine well. One of the more entertaining aspects about election season is how people keep dredging up embarrassing things for politicians what seems like every couple of days. And one of Kamala Ding Dong's new old stock videos has been making the rounds, in which she boldly threatened to walk right through the Fourth Amendment in order to shit all over the Second Amendment.
Responsible behaviors among everybody in the community, and just because you legally possess a gun in the sanctity of your locked home doesn't mean that we're not going to walk into that home and check to see if you're being responsible.
Bear in mind, she said this while she was district attorney for San Francisco, an officer of the court, and a position, by the way, some people call the top cop. She is threatening to enter people's homes without warrant or cause, just to look around for evidence a crime has been committed. And in this case, the crime would be failure to comply with laws she was advocating to pass. Let that sink in. The top cop is trying to push laws she thinks will give her authority to just walk into anybody's house and have a look around to see if their guns are stored according to the king's favor.
Fuck the king.
This same woman now wants to head up the executive branch of the United States government, where she will have access to what may very well be the most powerful surveillance network that has ever existed, along with legions of goons to come into our homes to check to see if we're being responsible. This woman is dangerous and weird, and it is terrifying that anyone is taking her seriously as a candidate for president. Can I get an amen?
Can I get an amen?
When some loser shot up a bowling alley in Lewiston, Maine last year, there were multiple warnings that he was a real nutter, and he was even committed, yet nobody followed up on the reports. So, Maine Senators Susan Collins and Angus King co-sponsored a bill which would require the military to use local red flag laws against service members if they are deemed a risk and if they are in a state where such laws exist. It wouldn't be a new federal red flag law, and it wouldn't force states to pass red flag laws. It just requires military commanders to use red flag laws when they're available. Now, I have to admit, I'm not sure how I feel about this one. I'm against red flag laws, obviously, but I'm also against exemptions for cops and soldiers, and I'm unsure how this is likely to hurt anybody. If a soldier is out there saying he's going to do a big heckin' mass murder, he'd be subject to UCMJ anyway. But my opinions on it are pretty near moot, because if the senators are successful in glomming this bill onto the Defense Authorization Act, it's pretty much guaranteed to pass. For some reason, everyone has accepted this idea that the NDAA is a must-pass bill. The Department of Justice has just shut down 355 websites they claim were selling illegal NFA devices from China. Working with the DHS, the DOJ say they seized 700 glizzy swizzies and 87 solvent traps. What they really mean is they ordered and paid for these auto sears and silencers to be shipped to their P.O. box. So the feds spent a year and untold millions of dollars to shut down some websites, but the press release doesn't mention any arrests were made.
That's odd.
The people who sold the devices still got paid and nothing happened to them, and nothing can stop them from setting up new websites. But the Fed boys are calling this a win, totally oblivious to the part where they bought illegal NFA devices using tax money. I'm sorry for belaboring the point, I just can't get over this. The federal government bought hundreds of illegal NFA devices from Chinese websites, paid them, and they think that's a flex. Like normally when cops use tax money to buy contraband, they do it so they can make an arrest. These guys just like paying Chinese arms dealers, I guess. But hey, it's as good a time as any to mention the fidget switch Pembleton and Sons came up with to troll the Fed boys. It literally does nothing except hold a sliding piece of plastic for that clicky ASMR feeling. It's just a backplate. Should be uploaded to that one site by now that I probably can't even mention on YouTube. And now for your moment of Zen. Hey friends, do you like pews and pew-related things? Would you like to help us keep delivering you
American pew propaganda at the low, low price of free?
We literally couldn't pay the bills without our sponsors, so do us a solid and get yourself something nice from them. You deserve it. I love you. One more time. 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 Just one. Just one. Just one more time. Come on, just read the word that's on the screen. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye.